I saw a video on Fans Tribe, and they were questioning Kopama's inclusion in the list of nominees for the Ballon d'Or for the 2025 Ballon d'Or ceremony, and the whole thing was just funny to me. The Ballon d'Or consideration is for a whole full year. So nobody cares whether you started from the beginning and you ended the season. Or you started strongly and then you faded towards the end of the season. Or you started badly and then ended strongly. Nobody cares. At the end of the day, is what you have done in that full year. Collectively, that really matters. So if somebody started, putting on average performances from the beginning of the season to the end, and then somebody started in December and had like a spectacular world-class performances, won a lot of things, achieved a lot of things in that time, you think it makes more sense to award Ballon d'Or to the person that had like an average, consistent performance a whole season. It doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way. It doesn't. And plus, there's nobody on that list that started the season strongly from the beginning to the end. There's no single player on that list. Not Vitinha, not Yamal, not Rafinha, not any of these guys. So they had good spells, they had bad spells. Maybe the length of the bad spell for some other players were longer than for other players, but all of them had bad spells. There's no single player that was good from the beginning to the end. Not even Salah. Salah started the season strongly, better than any other player. And then when Liverpool exited the Champions League, not as if he was not playing well. He was still playing well in the Premier League, but because he was not in the Champions League. So Ballon d'Or is actually about moments. Very important moments, Ballon d'Or. So it's not necessarily what you're doing in the league, week in, week out, all that. It's all about moments. That's what Ballon d'Or is for. So now let me give you an example. In 2002, before the World Cup, Ronaldo de Lima was injured for almost the whole of the season. And when he recovered just in time for the World Cup. And Scolari included his name in the squad for the World Cup. Even in Brazil, there were questions. The media criticized that inclusion. Ronaldo went to the World Cup and had a World Cup of his life. Was top goal scorer. Brazil won the World Cup, and he was voted the Player of the Year. That was because of that tournament. That was because of that moment. And it has always been like that until this whole Ronaldo-Messi thing, that Messi had the poor World Cup in 2010 and was still voted the best player in the world and won the Balon d'Or. That thing shifted from players performing well at, FIFA tournaments. In 2006, Cannavaro won the Ballon d'Or. Not like he had a better season than any other person. Kopama doing what he did in that FIFA Club World Cup alone is good enough for a top 3 finish. If not because Messi and Ronaldo came and messed football up. Now football is all about goal contribution and all of that. Kopama for that time, like when you guys criticize Kopama for going quiet for the time he went quiet, even makes his case even better. For somebody to have 33 goal contribution and went like 4 months without scoring or assisting, that should tell you the kind of season Kopama was having. So it's crazy when you guys try to make this argument that, Kopama, he was not scoring, he was not assisting. No, sir. It doesn't matter. Like, in fact, it makes his first half of the season even way better, like a world-class first half of the season. Like for you to score like almost 15 goals or 14 goals in the first half of the season, go a whole second half of the season without scoring a goal, and at the end of the season, you are still ending the season with 18 goals and 15 assists. That's crazy for anybody. So Cole Palmer deserves to be in the Ballon d'Or shortlist 100%. Cole Palmer deserves to. I'll be a little bit humble now and tell you that Cole Palmer deserves to be in Ballon d'Or top 5 100%. Because you are talking about goal contribution, the people that, by your own analysis, had like a consistent season from the beginning to the end, how many goals contribution did they have? The Lamine Yamals, all these guys, compare their goal contributions to Cole Palmer that went 4 months without scoring or assisting. Cole Palmer ended the season joint top with Fernandes in chances created. So it's not Cole Palmer's fault that okay he was not scoring. Yeah. And then Jackson and all these guys were missing Cole Palmer's chances. How is that Cole Palmer's fault? And all of you forget in a minute that Cole Palmer is an attacking midfielder. Mention one single midfielder on that list that has the kind of goals contribution that Cole Palmer had last season. All these Yamal, Dembele, Salah, all these guys are wingers or forwards. And then you want to use assistant and goals to judge Cole Palmer because even though as a midfielder he was scoring all these goals and providing assists, so now he's a yardstick. But you are not judging Fernandes using the same metric. You are saying that okay, if you take away Fernandez's goals and contribution, Man United would have been relegated. The same thing applies for Cole Palmer. Chelsea were in the title race as at December. The moment Cole Palmer started experiencing that goal drought, Chelsea went from being second to out of the top 4. Started struggling. Take away Cole Palmer's goals and assists, and Chelsea will not make it in the Champions League places. Take away Cole Palmer's 4 goals at Stamford Bridge against Brighton, and tell me if Chelsea would have gained a point in that game. So, like, the whole recency bias is just too much. I don't understand. I don't get it. Like, I don't just understand. The whole disrespect. When it comes to Chelsea and Cole Palmer, people say anything they want to say. Cole Palmer is on the list, like it or not. And no matter how you try to push the agenda, Cole Palmer deserves to be on the list. I don't even know why all those Chelsea fans in that studio were finding it very difficult to defend, the inclusion or defend Cole Palmer, and they just sat there and were agreeing to everything that he said. Now, you are saying that Caicedo should be included, which I think he should have been included. That, okay, he bossed that midfield that was tagged the best midfield in the world. But now, Cole Palmer, who was the best player on the pitch against a team that everybody agreed was the best team in the world, should not get into the team. So how is your logic even making sense? Cole Palmer entered that game, showed everybody that he is way better than anybody in that team or on that field. So how is he not, worthy of an inclusion in the Balon d'Or list? No, come on, I don't understand. Before the game, all of you were saying, okay, Donnarumma is like a mountain, put in front of the goal, and scoring him, you have to do something special. Palmer made him look ordinary, and then suddenly it's Palmer's fault, and PSG, all of that is not worthy enough. Oh, it go shock now. At the end of the day, nobody else they vote this Ballon d'Or, so it is what it is. Palmer, congratulations, and I hope you make it in the top 3 or top 5 so that I will see more tears on the timeline. It's getting disrespectful at this time.